But before we get going, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. If you haven't already, leave us comments, give us feedback, and please share these episodes with your friends and family. It helps, spread the word. Education, as I always say, is key. All right? Okay, so today we're doing the science of smarter hydration, and we have our lovely hydration amplifiers here. And I wanted to do this topic, obviously, because summertime does bring heat to most parts of
heat.
Most parts of the world, not everybody, but and if you do live in the States, I mean, with the
or
whole
the northern hemisphere, look at Europe.
Right, that's true. Yes, well, there's been some crazy heat waves this summer. I mean, we're used to it down in Florida, but it's been more widespread. So we really need to focus on proper hydration. Cut off on Instagram. Hold on. Okay. So, with summertime, obviously with the heat, it means more sweating, but it's also because we're outdoors more. There's just more outdoor activities, whether you're going to a beach, whether you're doing picnics, whether you're barbecues, lakes, whatever it is, we're just outside more. And we're also traveling more. So, dehydration comes with traveling. So it's not just the fact that we're just like sweating. It's also doing different things, travel, maybe lack of sleep. So this is the main thing that I want everybody to understand, and this is the biggest thing I want to get across. And maybe you hear this, and we've said it, and maybe you've heard somebody say it, but water alone does not hydrate you. So hydration is 100% not just about drinking water. And I feel like it's always been like that, though. Like drink your water, which of course we need the water, but hydration is about getting the water into your cells, right? Otherwise, it's not going to work. And that's where electrolytes make all the difference in the world. And it really does also have to be the proper balance of electrolytes. And Dr. Ryan will get into that in a little bit. So let's talk about what happens when we sweat. What do we lose?
Yeah, I mean, electrolytes.
Well, break it down.
Fluid, water,
sodium,
potassium, magnesium,
chloride.
Yes.
Of course, sodium being the biggest one, right? We know this. We lose a lot of sodium in our sweat. So if you only think about this, if you're only, let's just specifically be talking about sweating. You're sweating, you're losing all of this. And if you're only replacing that loss with water, you're actually diluting any remaining electrolytes that are in your body, which will actually make you feel worse. You could feel fatigued, dizzy, headaches, weak, crampy, mentally foggy, all of these things when you think like, oh my goodness, I just did myself justice and I just drank a ton of water because I sweated so much. And you don't feel good after, right? So that can happen. And this is, many endurance athletes, people that work outdoors, people that are outdoors often, construction workers, anybody that's sweating a lot. This is why they perform better when they actually replace their fluids with electrolytes and not just water. Are you looking at the sodium potassium pump?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get into that. So a very cool thing about the human body, I want you to try to picture of it, is water follows electrolytes. So
osmosis.
So if you are consuming electrolytes, the water that you're also consuming, because again, you can't just drink an electrolyte stick pack, you need to drink your water. But when you do that, the sodium acts more like a magnet. And when the sodium is absorbed, water follows. And then your cells are hydrated. And that's the whole goal, right? To hydrate our cells.
Well, water, like via osmosis, right, goes to an area from an area of higher concentration, right?
Right.
From, So from a higher concentration of water to a lower concentration, right? So if there's a lot of electrolytes in one compartment and less in the other, it'll move over to balance, right, through osmosis.
Yeah, definitely. And if you think about it, these oral rehydration solutions, maybe like used in hospital settings, or when you're sick, right? Maybe you're having bouts of diarrhea and vomiting and all this, and you get these oral rehydration solutions that they take advantage of the body's natural sodium glucose transport system to improve water absorption. So it's science. It is there. But again, we think so much that hydration is just drinking a nice glass of water, which you need that too.
Yeah, you do. You need the water.
It's funny. I always get in this little discussion with my mom. My mom takes like all of our supplements. And she's very consistent, very, very, very regimented and consistent. But one thing she's not consistent on is the
hydration,
because she likes just plain water. And I
mhm.
get it, but the woman works her body hard. You know,
Yeah.
she exercises hard. She
Outside
sweats
a lot,
hard. She's
yeah.
outside all the
Yeah.
time. They live in the Florida Keys. It's constantly outside, and she'll tell me times that she's not feeling well, and she's been drinking a ton of water. And I say, Mom, I tell you this all the time. You need to make sure you have your electrolytes. Just one stick pack a day. You don't have to drink it all day. If you just like plain water, just get the electrolytes in. So if I'm speaking to you too, just think about it. It's not hard to do. Just one stick pack a day. Okay, so let's talk about let's talk about sports drinks, because that also is a very common thing. Like, think about, you go to any athletic event, your kids are at a soccer thing, or our kids volleyball, Gatorade. And the problem is there's excess sugars that don't do us any good. There's artificial colors, artificial flavors. By artificial colors, I'm talking about dyes. Yeah, they're in Gatorade. Yes. They are high in calories, which sometimes if you're at a sporting event and you're really burning those calories, sure. But you need to be careful of that, like where it fits into what you're doing. And those are all ingredients that weren't added to improve hydration. They were added to improve.
That's not true. Sugar definitely drives hydration, right?
Yes. Yeah, excess sugar.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I do
That's
have
like your
here.
endurance athlete needs, though.
Yes, like, okay, so sugar isn't always the enemy. Like I wrote
Right.
this down. Sugar isn't always the enemy. So zero sugar doesn't automatically mean like better hydration, right?
Mhm.
Because again, a small amount of glucose, yes, helps sodium move across. But it's when you have these drinks that have excessive amount of sugar.
Oh, sure. That's just to sweeten
Yes.
it to a point where it's
Yes.
they're masking the fact that it's salt water.
Yes. And like, yeah.
It's hard to do. It's hard to flavor. It's not an easy flavor masking.
No, for sure.
You know?
Especially if you do not like salty things. I mean, it's tough. But yeah, what was I just getting at? Oh, but it's all about the balance. It's about the balance. You know, so when you have a little bit of sugar can help, a little bit of, okay, so that's why sports drinks can sometimes be more harmful than good. More importantly, though, it's because of the artificial flavors, artificial colors, all that junk that's in there. And sometimes if you're looking for something that has zero sugar, you get these artificial sweeteners that can wreak havoc on your stomach. So you have to be careful with what sweeteners used. Okay, so let's talk about what makes our LiveGood Hydration Amplifier different. First, we do have two flavors, watermelon and vanilla. They're both delicious. I definitely have never been a watermelon flavored kind of person, but I'm obsessed with ours. So I actually prefer the watermelon, which is funny because I would always normally go for citrus. Okay, so what makes us different? Scientifically balanced electrolytes. Do you want to go a little bit into the science of that, how we have the sodium, potassium, magnesium specifically balanced?
Oh, sure. You know, the membrane potentials of the cell is what drives metabolism and energy, right? So like you have to have these. I mean, these are incredibly important parts of the way that the body operates, right? That's what creates the electrical. It's like an electrical membrane potential. It's a difference in ionization, so therefore it creates an electrical charge. It's the battery. It's the charge of the whole body, right? So it's a pretty well understood system. Early on, I think the oral rehydration therapies were designed exactly for that, right? Like, oh great, somebody's severely whatever, we have to replace fluids properly. So they didn't care what it tasted like. Gatorade was the earliest one to adopt and figure out that it could be a mainstream sports drink, right?
Right.
And it has now since evolved into like you said, just a lot of, it's just like a sugary beverage really now. Kids don't need it. They're not sweating that much. Nobody's really putting themselves to that. Well, some of the kids you hear about football in the summertime or something like that, but like for real, you don't need that much sugar. But what you do need is the proper ratio of the sodium and potassium. So sodium and chloride makes salt. Sodium and chloride is table salt. But then you need your magnesium, you need your potassium, and we added some vitamin C, which is through acerola, through an organic source, which is cool. But when you have three out, two in, right, it's the ratio. So there's always creating this negatively charged environment. But like that is the 5-to-1. So when you look at the balance of electrolytes, you want to make sure that you have them balanced perfectly for that reason. Mm-hmm. That's the most important thing, which we've done. Mm-hmm. Now, could you overdo it? Yeah, if you're not sweating and not perspiring at all and you're just drinking this all day, yeah, you could do too much, right? Do we want to talk about that now or are you going to talk about that towards the end?
No, go ahead.
Because sodium load is important, right? People are told sodium. Watch your sodium for hypertensive, right? For your high blood pressure. Watch your sodium if you have, mild kidney impairment or kidney disease. These are these are things that they've always kind of used as a way to help people keep their blood pressure under control, but not addressing like sort of the root cause, right? Which we could come back and talk about why is that happening. Well, it's typically the sugar, right? And there's that one guy or that line that says, don't blame sodium for what the sugar did.
Right.
Because the sugar is what's driving insulin resistance. It's what's driving all of your impairments. It's driving your water retention. It's why your kidney's holding on to so much more, and so that impairment system is in place and not because of sodium. So if you are balanced, if you are, how do I say this? If you are focused on hydration and food and looking at it through that lens, then yes, oral, like the hydration amplifier is a good thing. If you're not thinking about it through that lens and you're just drinking these because you happen to like the taste and you have 2 or 3 a day and you're not sweating, you're just sedentary, you're not a good candidate for that, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. While you're at it, we have a question here. It says, when I'm outside working in the heat, I sometimes drink 2 to 3 per day. Is that too much?
Hey, what's up, Clay?
Too much?
No, but you gotta understand something. You're at that point, you're probably putting in more sodium and potassium than your body is losing, right? Like outside working in the heat, that depends. Are you taking breaks? Are you hydrating throughout? 2 a day would cover you. Most people. There's really I can't think of a reason why you would need 3. If you're at 3, you might need like IV therapy or something, right? Like that's a lot of fluid loss. So no, I don't think you need 3 a day, but max 2, call it for most people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Max 2.
Max 2.
If you're really, sweating and bleeding. There's another question while we're on this. Actually, no, I'll bring it up to that. The question was, though, and I just said to you before, I just said to Dr. Ryan before we started that I feel like we should somehow pull E3 into this, which is our endurance electrolytes and energy supplement. And I want to talk about just a little bit of the difference. Now, this, just to start it off, this is a true hydrationally balanced?
Yeah, optimally balanced for hydration.
That's what
scientifically balanced.
Yes, that's what our hydration amplifier is actually designed for. Now, for me personally, because I'm taking our hydration amplifier, E3, as well as our essential aminos, I know I'm getting my scientifically balanced hydration, and I'm also getting extra electrolytes when I do these essential aminos and E3. I do sweat a lot every day. Again, we are in South Florida. I work out a lot outside, running the dogs. I get the sauna every day, and I'm a big sweater. So I do need to replace that for sure. We talked about how it's different. Our product is designed to support rapid hydration. And I'll say a lot, like you can use this different times of the day, but I will say, like, if you're one, like, what is the best time to use it? I mean, when you are sleeping, your body becomes dehydrated, right? You're not drinking any fluids really. And your body does a lot of work when you sleep. So it's a great thing first thing in the morning. And it's always a great thing to have water first thing in the morning, especially before you go for the coffee or energy drink, E3 or whatever it is. So make sure you start off with that. But there are other times today you definitely can. It supports fluid balance before, during, and after exercise. It's great during travel. You're going to get on an airplane, take the stick pack. These do come in stick packs, which is super helpful for travel.
Yeah, no excuse.
Just throw it in your bag, and when they give you some water on the airplane or bring your water, put it in there. No unnecessary fillers or anything like that. Great taste. Like I said, I think they're both delicious, and someone that was never into watermelon. I love our watermelon. So it also, because it tastes well, it does encourage, consistent hydration, right? You could also be one that takes a stick pack and puts a little bit in your water all throughout the day. I mean, you can find out what works for you. I guess especially those, I should probably tell my mom that, because the fact that she just likes plain water, either get one in or do a little bit throughout the day, so it's not as, strong of a flavor. That's not very, okay. Who benefits? Not just athletes, right? So obviously we said outdoor construction workers, anybody outside. We talked about traveling. Parents are constantly chasing kids around. If you play golf, pickleball is a big thing. Any of these sports, you're outside, you're moving. Obviously runners, beach days, boat days, right? You might not necessarily feel it. You're in the water. You don't feel like you're really like hot and sweating, but you need to make sure you're hydrated. And, older adults often have a reduced thirst response. So sometimes adding a little bit of flavor into their water will help them want to drink the water. So that's also something to think about. I talked about first thing in the morning, before exercise, spread it out during your exercise, drink it after a big bout of sweat. All that stuff, all the good stuff. And what did I just had a blurb here about when you're sick, right? So after illness, typically you got fluid loss. So whether it's diarrhea, vomiting, what else? Just being sick. So those are important times to also make sure you have that.
Yeah.
But
Coffee drinkers, caffeine drinkers, alcohol. Remember this is a essential, right? So you have to consume sodium, potassium, magnesium, the chloride, obviously. That has to be consumed. The body doesn't make it.
Right.
It's essential. So you have to get it. And look, you get it from food. We all know that. Maybe not enough magnesium, but you get the other stuff. But if you do anything else that doesn't properly balance, you need to have this involved in your hydration. Even if you're at home, not working out, exercising, or sweating and in the sauna every single day, you should still be focused on balancing your hydration.
Yes,
100%.
Definitely. So, and another thing about thirst, there's people that have the comments like, I'm never thirsty. And I actually try to tell our kids this all the time, because the more you hydrate, the more your body's going to let you know it's thirsty. Like you're going to be thirsty, but you need to get it going. So yes, at first you might, like, say you've just decided I'm going to carry around my gallon and I'm going to make sure I drink it every day. You might be going to the bathroom literally every 30 minutes, but eventually your body adapts, balances out, and you will feel more thirsty throughout the day, which is great because it's just going to make you want to drink more. So hydration is key.
Awesome.
So just summer hydration tips: start your day hydrated. Don't wait until you're dehydrated to rehydrate, because you won't feel very well. Drink consistently instead of waiting till you're thirsty. Just constantly drink.
And maybe front load the day so you're not going up and get up throughout the night while you're sleeping.
Yes, I definitely try to do that.
Load early.
I've already had one of these full things.
Taper off
with a stick pack, and now I'm on my second. But it'll take me a long time to drink my second because I just front loaded a ton. Yeah, that's very important. We talked about replacing, eat water-rich foods. Also, another way to hydrate. You eat watermelon, cucumbers, citrus. Those come with a lot of water. Limit alcohol when spending long periods in the heat. Both that combo dehydrate you even more. So just making sure you're hydrating before outdoor activities, not waiting until after.
Perfect.
Yeah. So it's not just about drinking more water. It's about absorbing the water you drink.
That's it.
So when you understand how your body moves fluid, you perform better, you recover faster, you think more clearly, and you feel your best all summer long in the heat. So
awesome.
That's
it, guys.
Check us out, LiveGood.com. You'll see our hydration amplifier, both flavors, as well as all of our other products. And thank you for joining us.
Thanks, everybody. See y'all next time.